there, Cavaliers. Welcome to this edition of the Cavalier Sports Report. I'm your host, Jean Cantero. Joining me today is freshman sprinter for the JCCC track team, James Henderson. Hey, James. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I hear you're from Nevada. How did you hear about JCCC, and what made you want to come here to compete and study?
Just one day I got a call from Coach Lester and asked me for a visit, and I accepted it. As soon as I got here, I loved it.
Oh, that's great. Now, how has the season gone so far for the track team? Did the team get the results they wanted from their indoor track meets?
During the regular season, we did pretty good. We won most of the meets, scored a lot of points. So basically, we did real good.
Pretty good. And now, the last meet you guys had were the indoor championships in New York City. Amazing. How did it go? Did the team get the results they wanted?
On the guys' side, we didn't have much depth, so we scored a little bit of points. Girls' side, they did pretty good. I think they got about 6th. So as a team, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. And how did you do?
I got 8th overall.
8th overall?
Yeah.
Not bad. Pretty great. Now, what made you focus on the sprinting side of track?
I've always wanted to be a sprinter. Ever since I was little, I've always used to do races, race people in the street, at school. It's always been something I've always wanted to do.
Now, you run the 600s, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And what's your personal record on that?
It's a 1:20.78.
It's terrific. And does that, rank anything here in school? Is that?
It's 3rd all time.
3rd all time. Unbelievable. That's great. Now, how often and how long do you run in order to get fully prepared for the track meets?
For the track meets, I about warm up about an hour, hour and a half before my actual race. Get all warm, stay in my sweats the whole time.
Yeah.
Make sure I do the proper warm-ups.
Yeah, and like during the weekends, or do you run any time when you're not at school?
Well, during the weekends, I just rest my body.
Rest. Oh, that's great. Now, which track athlete do you idolize and look up to?
Right now, it's LaShawn Merritt.
LaShawn Merritt. Yeah.
He's a 400-meter record champion. Went to the Olympics. Real good.
I'm sure your assistant coach, Maurice Mitchell, is sort of disappointed that it's not him,
Well, I kind of look up to him too. But.
Oh, that's great. Now, outdoor track is starting here in a few weeks. What are the challenges when running inside compared to running outdoors?
Indoors, it's kind of tougher because there's more laps.
Okay.
And then outdoor, it's real faster. Given the difference, it's only 1 lap for like a 400. And the races are totally different.
Okay. Yeah, and how's the temperature like outside? It must be insane, especially, near the summer months.
Yeah, it's what I'm used to coming from Las Vegas. Hot temperature is what I run well in.
Oh, that's great. Now, what are the team's goals, and what are your personal goals for the outdoor season?
Team goals, place in the, I would say, top 5 for guys, top 5 for girls. And I hope to place in the top 3 in nationals in the 400.
Well, that's great. I hope you reach that. That'd be great to see. Now, tell me about your future plans. Do you see yourself in a Cavalier uniform next year?
Next year, I plan on going to Arizona State University.
Okay.
To run track there. They're recruiting me right now, so.
All right, well, good luck to that, and I'm sure you'll be greatly missed here. And now, as I mentioned before, one of your assistant coaches is Maurice Mitchell, participant in the 2012 Summer Olympics. How is it like to know that when you're practicing and during meets that an Olympian is rooting for you?
It's real good. During practices, he pushes me to run at the best of my limit. And during meets, it's real good knowing that an Olympian that I've watched on TV is actually rooting for me in person.
Well, that's terrific. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, James.
Thank you for having me.
And that's all for this edition of the Cavalier Sports Report. I'm your host, Jean Cantero. We'll see you next time, Cav.